Hey guys, so I'm just gonna shoot all these videos back to back. I'm wearing the same shirt. I'm doing them all at the same time. I got tons of questions about painkillers, difference between Tylenol, Ibuprofen, Acetaminophen, Advil. I thought this was gonna be easy for me to answer until I realized that these drugs have different names in different countries. I'll try to put up a visual to kind of differentiate them. I probably didn't capture all the different names. So if it's called something else in a different country and I didn't talk about it, I'm sorry, just shoot me a message. Similarities between the two drugs, Tylenol, Acetaminophen, and Advil, Ibuprofen, or other drugs in that class, naproxen, they both work for fever and pain, but they have different mechanisms. Tylenol kind of works one way. The other ones are in a class called NSAIDS, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. First difference is that NSAIDs have anti-inflammatory properties. So if you have an injury that has some kind of inflammatory component, that might be a better choice. There are some downsides to the NSAIDs. They can harm the stomach, so you have to take it with food. They are, very broadly speaking, they're blood thinners. If you're, for example, somebody who's on a different blood thinner or taking something else, you need to pay attention to that. A lot of people ask, when can you use this drug and how do you use it? First, don't get the wrong idea. For most healthy people, short-term use of these drugs is fine, right? They're over the counter for a reason. If you follow the instructions, don't go over the maximum dose, and you don't have any other diseases and you just have like a headache or some pain, it should be fine to take these. But there are disease states that you have to be very careful of before taking them. High blood pressure, liver disease, kidney disease. If you have liver disease, if you have something that affects the liver, you might want to avoid Tylenol. If you have high blood pressure, kidney disease, problems with bleeding, you want to make sure you check with the doctor before you take any NSAIDs, Ibuprofen, Advil, etc. But one more thing I just want to make sure I throw in. There is this drug called aspirin. It's very common. There's something called baby aspirin. It's 81 milligrams. It's a very low dose. We give it to patients who are at risk for future cardiovascular events. I don't understand why we still call it baby aspirin, because we don't give it to babies. There's something called Reyes syndrome, R-E-Y-E-S. I found a clip of it in a movie called Black Mass. This child, he had Reyes syndrome. Nobody knew. They kept giving him aspirin, and it made his condition worse, and eventually he died. That's a real thing, okay? So don't give aspirin to children. Check with the doctor first. I just want to make sure I add that in there. Okay, but again, for the most part, Tylenol, Ibuprofen, for most healthy young people, it's okay to take it in the short term to treat short-term pain.